G'day. Welcome to another episode of Aaron's Adventures. Isn't the internet fantastic? I mean, isn't YouTube just wonderful? How we can basically visit the whole world at the click of a finger. We can educate ourselves, we can share knowledge and information, we can entertain ourselves. There's pretty much the world is our oyster with this, and YouTube has been a wonderful thing for the planet Earth. And another thing you can also do is you can actually make friends on it. You can, I'm sure I'm not the first, last, or the only person who's ever commented and just clicked with someone, and maybe you've kept in contact and you share information about what it's like in your part of the world as opposed to someone else. I guess it's the old pen pal thing, but it's probably in a different form these days. This adventure begins right over in the UK by a really nice bloke named Liam Ward. He has a great site called learntheharmonica.com. If you're interested in learning the harmonica, you can't go wrong with his site. It is fantastic. There will be a link below to where this began on his site. It was in the comments section of watching one of his videos, as I always do. And there was a gentleman who had a problem. He had a broken harmonica, and he was so desperate to get another one. And I thought, well, why not just order one? Just go to the shops and go get one. So I gave him a link to Amazon. It turns out this gentleman is from Syria, and getting a harmonica in Syria is not that simple. It's like we tend to take it for granted in our Western society that we could just go and grab whatever we want whenever we want. But it's a little tricky over in that country to be able to do such simple things. So after I was pondering about it for a while afterwards, so I went back on that site and I commented back. So look, why don't I just send you one? And he was overwhelmed. He was really wrapped with that idea. He said that'd be fantastic if someone could help me. I thought, yeah, this sounds good. I thought, yeah, well, I'd feel good about making a difference, sending something to Syria in the form of music rather than what Syria generally tends to receive or that doesn't want to receive. So to do this though, first of all, we got to go get a harmonica. So I jumped on Amazon and did just that and got a good all-round the harmonica that does the trick. Next step then was to box it up into something that's a little bit more tangible. Just very quickly, I'll just wrap it up into a box. There, that's done. And then we've got ourselves a little parcel to send. Not a problem. Easy. Let's just send it to Syria. Not that easy either. There's certain countries in the world that have put sanctions upon Syria just to make it really awkward for people just to go about their daily lives. So we're going to have to do something tricky. We're going to have to smuggle it in. Okay, this is where the good part starts. So we have to send it to Lebanon. Lebanon we can get away with, Syria we can't. So we're going to send this to a relative of his in Lebanon, in Beirut, and they're 6 guys with AK-47s and a big pickup truck's going to storm the building. They're going to go in there and they're going to grab this harmonica, and then okay, that might not happen. But his relative will pick it up on his behalf. We can't even tell them that the end destination is actually Syria by this mob, because otherwise they'll block it. So even though it's around the world, don't tell anyone. So then after that, he then has to get it across the border from Lebanon into Syria to Damascus. There it will be intercepted by his cousin, who'll be there with 6 guys with AK-47s and heavy machine guns and grenades, and they're going to go grab and they're going to toss it into an unmarked bin, and he's going to go and pick it up. And no, okay, that probably won't happen. Fingers crossed. It'll be just a nice handover delivery, and it will all make it there intact. From there, it has to go from Damascus, then finally to my friend in Syria. He can't go to Damascus and pick it up himself because, you can look it up on YouTube yourself what the situation is in Syria. It is really not that simple and just not that safe to just walk down the street, just being anyone and do whatever you like. So it's then going to get smuggled from there and eventually make it to him. And when he gets it, he's going to do a YouTube video of him receiving this parcel and getting it, and then he's going to post it, and we'll put a link below and showing how all of this came together. Fingers crossed that it actually makes it there in one piece and not 6 blokes with AK-47s go and intercept it and go and take it and then just start blowing his harmonica and ruining it. So we're going to go see these guys. They've been fairly helpful so far. It's not their fault about the whole Syria thing, but these guys seem to be the people that are going to see it there. So let's go make it happen. All right, so we've done it. We've posted it, and they've got it. It's now out of my hands, and hopefully it will make it its way eventually into the heart of Syria. Like I said, it'll make its way to Lebanon, then through to Damascus, and then eventually it'll be smuggled out of Damascus and then slipped to where he lives. And fingers crossed, hopefully in one piece, because it's going to be passed through a fair few hands before it actually gets there. But fingers crossed, it should be good. In closing, for those who have subscribed to my channel earlier, probably from a Waco video, if you're waiting on the Great Australian video. That is coming. It's in the editing stage. It turns out editing takes longer than the actual journey, but it's huge. I was out there for about 3.5 weeks. It was a fantastic trip. Great things to see, just like I promised. It's really good, but it is coming. Just bear with me on that one. The longer I spend editing, the better it can get. I will have to break it up into 3 parts, I think, because like I said, it's about 3.5 weeks worth of journey that I was out there for. But yeah, it would certainly be worth your while. There is also a video coming up soon about the world's greatest snare drum. I have managed to obtain a over 250-year-old block of jarrah. It's impossible to get these days. This tree was growing back before the Australian settlers even settled this country, and provable. And I'm going to be sending this jarrah all the way across the world to Sweden to a friend of mine who, again, I met online. I've known him for like almost 10 years now, and he makes snare drums, so he's hopefully going to, and he's never worked with jarrah in his life. Naturally, it's a hard enough timber to get actually here in Western Australia, let alone get it in Sweden, and he's going to turn that into a musical instrument. So yeah, we're spreading the music around the world and spreading the love. Thanks for watching.